Hello everyone and welcome back to our next video of Illustrator, Adobe Illustrator. In this video we're going to talk about the tools. In this video, as I told you guys, we're going to talk about our pen tool. If you guys haven't watched our previous lessons, go back to our previous lessons. Maybe I gave you guys a link as well in the description. See all these 4 tools first, then you come to the pen tool. When you hold left click of your mouse on the pen tool, you can see there are 4 tools, but still all of them are related to pen tool. We can use them whenever we want, whenever is needed, but first we're going to start with the pen tool. When you select the pen tool, it means you have the power of creating any shape however you want it. For doing so, let's change its color to white maybe. First we're going to click. Now this is the first point of our shape. Click here, click here, here. This is how I can create a shape like I created F, maybe like this, however you want it. Still, when you come to the direct selection tool, when you select whichever anchor point, you can make it bezier or you can make it round. So this was the F I created with the pen tool. How pen tool works: first you're gonna start from one point, go to wherever or however your shape looks. At the end, you're gonna come back to the point you started it. There are 2 types of illustrations you can do with pen tool. You can create closed objects or you can create open path objects. For example, if I click here, this is closed path, and when I go here and do not come back to the point where I started and press skip, now this is a open path object. What are the difference? We're gonna cover all these things in our upcoming videos, but now we're gonna talk about our pen tool. So this was the basic shape creation of pen tools. Now we can do one thing more with pen tool. Suppose I clicked here and let's go to this point. I click and hold the left click on the mouse or left click off the mouse and I drag it. You can see I created a bezier line. And if I hold shift, so the handles are in a straight line, they do not loses their direction. Release it. Now when I start the second line, you can see I already have the curve. When I click here and do not drag it, till this point it is bezier, but the next line won't be because there isn't any curved handle or curve handle, so you can play with it. And if I click here and then click here, my object is closed. 2 anchor points are curved, 3 anchor points. Let's click on the middle anchor point. You can see I have handles both ways, but when I click here, you can see this curve is came by this handle. There isn't any handle here because we just clicked, we did not drag. If I would have dragged, it would look like this. I have handles everywhere but here. One handle there isn't here because in the start I just clicked. I didn't click and dragged. When you click and drag from start, your anchor point already have the curving handles. Here, wherever you want. Now this shape is all curvy shape. Whichever point you select, you can see there are handles everywhere. What if I click here, I click and drag here, I want the curve here, but I don't want the curve on the next line. So I do what? I come back after drawing or after dragging the line and releasing the mouse, come back and click here. It will lose its effect of being a curvy line. So now it's a straight line. Still I'm gonna create a bezier here, maybe like this. Come back to here, click on it. This curve stays the same, but in your next line you won't have any curve. So this was the 3 ways of creating shapes: linear shape, half bezier shape, full bezier shape, whatever you want. So this is the shape I created. What if I want the curve here now, after completing the object? Here we're gonna click and hold the left click. I can see the anchor point tool. When I select the anchor point tool, now come to the anchor point, click and drag. You can see I put a curve there. Here, put a curve here, and put a curve here. Here as well. What are the other 2 tools of anchor point tool? The second one is add anchor point tool. The third one is delete anchor point tool. Select the add anchor point tool, come on the path, click here. They will add the anchor point here. Click here, they will add the anchor point here as well, here, here, and here as well. Now when I click or select the direct selection tool, bring it down, bring it up, wherever you want. You can play with it how much you want it. Same like adding anchor point tool, the opposite is delete anchor point tool. Select the delete anchor point tool, come to this point or this point, click on it, it will get deleted. You can also do all these things with the simple pen tool as well. When I select the pen tool, let's come on the path and you can see there's a plus mark now, plus sign. Click on it, it will add. Click on it, add another anchor point. When I come here on the anchor point which is already existed, now there is a subtraction sign or subtraction mark, symbol, whatever you say. Click on it, they will delete that point. But the anchor point tool, which is used for adding curves to the lines, you need to hold the Alt. When you hold the Alt and then click and drag, you can add the curves.